Now, last year's deadly quakes in Lombok brought tourism in the Indonesian resort island to its knees. Recovery has been slow, but those whose livelihoods depend on tourism are determined to bring visitors back. Chani Vadvani reports from the island.
The streets are empty in the resort town of Senggigi on the island of Lombok, where tour operators like Ketut Eka Adnyana make a living. The 43-year-old runs a small tour company about 500 meters away from the beach. He says business hasn't been the same since a series of earthquakes devastated parts of Lombok in 2018, killing more than 500 people and displacing 150,000.
Kalau dulu mungkin yang bisa transaksi sama saya mungkin sekitar 20-25 orang lah yang bisa. Sekarang baru 25%-nya lah ada di musim ini.
Indonesia's second biggest tourist destination after Bali, Lombok and its nearby islets welcomed up to 6,000 tourists in the first half of 2019, down from up to 10,000 in the same period last year because of the quake. Last year's quake inflicted over $800 million worth of damage and is estimated to have cost Indonesia around $100 million in tourism revenue from foreign tourists alone. Just 10 minutes away from Senggigi by speedboat across blue waters lie Lombok's most famous destinations, the Gili Islands. On Gili Trawangan, the most popular of the three islets, things are slowly returning to normal. Tourists are scattered across the beach, spilling onto streets and checking into hotels. But a year ago, it was chaos, with thousands of people trying to flee amid damaged buildings.
Over 8,000 tourists were evacuated from the three Gili Islands, with over 3,000 of them coming from this island, Gili Trawangan alone. Hordes of people gathered at this very spot to get on the boats that would take them away.
Many hotels on the island were damaged. Hotel staff was traumatized. Owners of the family-run Deja Vu spent about $35,000 to repair their badly damaged hotel.
Desember kita biasanya kan high season banget, itu sepi-sepinya. Tapi baru Februari lah kira-kira udah mulai tertata, sampai akhirnya Juni, Juli, Agustus ini kita balik lagi. Tapi masih compare ke bulan lalu, ke tahun lalu masih ya masih lower sih. Cuman kita seneng udah balik lagi.
Ahmad N. Kusuma, who manages Hotel Black Penny, says Lombok must be ready if another disaster strikes. Indonesia is located on the so-called Ring of Fire and is frequently hit by earthquakes.
Mengedukasi masyarakat, pelaku pariwisata, dan juga bekerja sama dengan pemerintah dan pihak terkait untuk memberikan sign atau mempetakan daerah-daerah yang mungkin ketika terjadi kembali, kita tidak bisa ketahui kapannya atau situasi tersebut pasti akan terjadi. Itu kita bisa membuat tamu, pelaku pariwisata, masyarakat itu secure.
The West Nusa Tenggara Tourism Agency, which oversees Lombok, says it could take time to convince tourists to return.
Tiket yang tidak bisa kita kontrol, orang mengatur waktu untuk bisa berpergian, terutama domestik loh ya. Kemudian yang kedua, dampak dari bagasi berbayar itu terhadap UMKM itu sangat terasa sekali. Kemudian yang berikutnya, ketiga adalah meyakinkan pasar bahwa gempa itu sudah selesai, dilakukan recovery untuk Lombok.
But tourists I spoke to were undeterred by last year's events.
There happens a lot of environmental violence in Indonesia, so it's every year or the year after that or the year before, so every year is kind of the same, so we're not very afraid of it.
Kita nggak pernah memprediksikan bencana itu akan kapan datang. Kalau emang nanti kitanya nggak move on gitu, kapan lagi gitu liburan lagi ke Lombok gitu, menurut saya sih aman.
And those who depend on tourism in Lombok want everyone to know that the island is ready to welcome back visitors. Chani Vadvani, CNA, Gili Trawangan.